There are places where the echoes of the past refuse to die, where the walls themselves seem to remember the suffering, the fear, and the death. In the hills of Kentucky, perched on a lonely ridge, stands one of the most notorious haunted buildings in America, Waverly Hills Sanatorium. This massive, decaying structure, once a place of healing for tuberculosis patients, is now a dark relic where spirits refuse to rest. Opened in 1910, Waverly Hills was designed as a state-of-the-art facility to treat tuberculosis, but this treatment came at a cost. Before the advent of modern medicine, patients were subjected to brutal and experimental procedures. Hundreds died within these walls, their lives slipping away in agony, fear, and despair. Today, the spirits of those lost to the disease and cruel treatments are said to haunt this crumbling fortress. Shadows dart across the empty corridors, disembodied voices call out in the dead of night, and sometimes, they say you can hear the faint, hollow sound of a body cart rolling down the death tunnel. This is the body chute, or death tunnel, as it's more commonly known. It's here that the dead were transported away from the hospital, so the living wouldn't see the ever-mounting loss of life. They say this tunnel is still active. Only now, the ones moving through it aren't among the living. Visitors report the sensation of being watched, followed by an unseen presence. Cold spots, the sound of footsteps behind them, and then, the unmistakable touch of something cold on their skin. Room 502, perhaps the most infamous room in Waverly Hills. It's said that a nurse, driven mad by the deaths surrounding her, took her own life here. They found her body hanging from the ceiling, but according to legend, she never truly left. Those who dare enter room 502 claim to feel an overwhelming sense of sadness, a choking weight of despair. Others have seen the shadow of a woman standing in the doorway, staring, always staring. But when they turn to look, she's gone. Waverly Hills was also home to children suffering from tuberculosis. This is the children's ward, where the innocent were treated for an incurable disease. Despite the horror, they found ways to play, to laugh, but their laughter still lingers. Many have heard the laughter of children in this abandoned ward, even seen small figures darting through the halls, but the most unsettling of all is the spirit known as Timmy. Visitors leave toys, balls, and gifts for him. Sometimes, the toys move on their own. Perhaps the most famous of all Waverly Hills hauntings are the shadow people. These dark, humanoid shapes seem to move just beyond the edge of sight, always watching, always lurking. These figures have no faces, no features, only darkness. They slip through walls, appear suddenly, and vanish just as quickly. It's said that they are the spirits of those who died here, trapped in the shadows between life and death. Waverly Hills Sanatorium has become a place where the past refuses to rest. A place where the echoes of suffering continue to resonate through the walls long after the last patient left. Perhaps some of them never left at all.